Imagine a time in your life when you were inspired, uplifted, and changed as never before. Think of a moment when you believed anything was possible, that any obstacle could be overcome. As a young boy, Katon Dawson was in a time and place touched by history, and his life would never be the same again.
Is beholden to the people, that it has no other source of power except the sovereign people, is still the newest and the most unique idea in all the long history of man's relation to man. This is the issue of this election.
My mother told me that I was to go to a political rally at the Township Auditorium in Columbia, South Carolina. And that rally was for Barry Goldwater, who was running for president at the time. I was to be the little Cub Scout who carried the flag out on stage to go on national television with a speech on behalf of Barry Goldwater. And the keynote speaker was beside me. And I remember him telling me backstage, before I went out, knowing that something had upset me, which was missing trick-or-treating in my neighborhood, that what I was going to do was important, and that I probably would remember it. That keynote speaker in 1964 was a guy by the name of Ronald Reagan. I watched the audience in amazement as a little kid on stage of the passion and everything involved in politics. From that day forward, I've been hooked on Republican Party politics.
Ronald Reagan's inspiring vision lives on today in Katon Dawson's heart and soul. The young Cub Scout went on to become a hard-charging Republican volunteer, and today serves as the chairman of the South Carolina Republican Party.
Ronald Reagan told you it wasn't the power of the government, it was the power of the people. The power to be an individual, the power to invest in your own small business, the power to grow an economy, and that you didn't need a government shackling you. You needed a government there to help protect our borders and do certain functions, but the rest should be left to the private individuals. Anything less than that starts erasing the freedom and the liberties that we fought so hard for as a country.
When Katon Dawson began as a grassroots volunteer, Republicans in South Carolina were nearly non-existent. Today, Republicans are the majority. Katon Dawson built the Republican Party from the bottom up. As South Carolina Republican chairman, Katon launched an unprecedented grassroots political plan to identify and turn out Republican voters in record numbers. The results were historic. Republicans defeated an incumbent Democrat governor. Republicans kept control of the open Strom-Thurmond U.S. Senate seat by electing Lindsey Graham. Republicans defeated 2 statewide Democrat office holders and took control of the state legislature for the first time since 1877. What made the wins so spectacular is that Katon Dawson took over the South Carolina Republican Party with pre-existing debts of over $300,000. Katon wrote a fundraising plan, got to work, and got the party out of debt. Under Katon's leadership, the GOP picked up another U.S. Senate seat in 2004, Jim DeMint, and in 2006 re-elected Governor Sanford and took their 8th constitutional office out of 9, winning the state treasurer's seat. In the last 3 election cycles, the South Carolina Republican Party has won 80% of its races. In 2008, Katon Dawson helped keep South Carolina's first in the South presidential primary and earned national recognition for fair-handed leadership. Katon Dawson is the good son of hard-working, God-loving parents. Katon's father ran an auto parts store, and his mother raised the family and volunteered for the Republican Party. Today, Katon runs the auto parts business his grandfather founded in 1917. Married to Candy for 28 years, blessed with 2 children, Katon Dawson is living the American dream. A successful small businessman and innovative entrepreneur, Katon Dawson knows firsthand how excessive taxes and red tape regulation can harm business. An effective communicator, Katon Dawson knows our best successes spring from our brightest ideas.
We're going to have to be very progressive and very aggressive in delivering our message as Republicans. That doesn't mean we're mean. It doesn't mean we're hateful or spiteful. It means that we're going to tell the truth. And for the next 2 to 4 years, the Republican Party is going to tell the truth about where we think our elected officials should go. We're going to have to enter the public policy arena in a way that we've never entered it before. One that'll matter to working America, one that'll matter to families. It won't be overnight the Republicans gain control of Congress and the Senate again. It will be a process much like was here when I grew up. But it'll be an exciting time because we'll watch our numbers grow as we develop and put our message out there of what we stand for as Republicans and what and how and where we want our country to go.
A proven fundraiser, Katon Dawson brought the state party out of debt, funded winning campaigns, and directs a state party committee with a professional staff using the latest technology. Katon Dawson believes the Republican Party can get back on track by returning to our fundamental principles. More freedom with smaller, less intrusive government. Lower taxes so families keep more what they earn. Less regulation so business can prosper. Preserving our unique American history and culture, and protecting our religious and constitutional freedoms. Defending a culture of life and promoting the tradition of personal responsibility. Securing America's future by strengthening America's armed forces. Katon Dawson also believes character should always be a Republican cornerstone.
Well, I think character counts. I can only speak to Republican Party politics that our elected officials are held to a high standard that they should be. And any time that has happened in recent history, we've been penalized in the voting box. In 2006, we were penalized greatly for spending and character. And those are two things that matter to the Republican Party activists on the ground. They matter to me. Who we elect, we want to respect, we want to honor, and we want to understand what they are about as they serve in office. And our principles are what guide us. All Republicans aren't alike. There are differences. There are different Republicans in different states and different set of circumstances, but there is a core set of beliefs that we run on that have to uphold what the Republican Party stands for.
Dedicated to vigorous debate and energetic discussion, Katon Dawson is a passionate leader of resolve who wants the Republican Party to be America's majority party again. And he wants to do it from the ground up, using our best ideas and brightest stars.
What you're going to see is a theory of the shoestrings up. And the shoestrings are the local elections. That's how Republicans are going to win and retain power back in Congress. Will it be a different set of Republicans? I don't know. Do we have a lot of bright stars out there in the Republican Party? Absolutely. Ones that we need to showcase, that we need to put in front of the public. But those elections at the State House, county councils, senates are elections that will help us win at the national level, at the congressional level, and the Senate level. Because as you build those bases again, the same way we built from 1964 to 2006 in South Carolina and 2008 in South Carolina, are the same ways that you build the national party, is from the ground up. And our state parties never will be as important as they're going to be in the next 4 years.
Katon believes the Republican Party is the party of the open door, an inclusive party filled with people from all ages, races, and creeds. He wants to use every talent to move the Republican Party forward.
We have to have our message out there in a consistent and concise manner in every place, whether it be your churches, street corners, grocery stores. You've got to talk about what it is to be a Republican. And you've got to develop the passion to win again.
Katon Dawson believes the chairman of our party should accomplish 4 critical goals. Elect Republicans to public office, from the courthouse to the White House. Raise money to support our candidates and advance our Republican cause. Communicate our Republican message that America is an exceptional nation filled with exceptional people. Promote our message of limited government, less spending, and more individual liberty. Train our activists, candidates, and leaders in the skills of fundraising, political organization, communications, and coalitions so we keep the party strong for the future. Working together, we can renew, reform, and restore our Republican Party with new ideas and new solutions that change America for the better. Ronald Reagan's vision once inspired a young Cub Scout. Now, Katon Dawson wants to continue that legacy for our sons and daughters.
My vision as the next chairman of the Republican Party is to put our message front and center of what we stand for and what we believe, and to yell at the top of our lungs when we see something that's wrong. We're a party that was built on activism. We're a party that was built on street corners and gymnasiums and cafeterias. We're a party that came from humble beginnings, one that was awarded the working class America's vote, and that's how we came to power. One that worked off of a set of ideals that were founded early on in the Republican Party of limited government, lower taxes, one that's responsive to the people, and that empowers the people and not takes power away from them. I think those are the crucial things that we'll have to put out there as a party to regain the status that we had before 2006.
In January 2009, Republican National Committee members will elect a new national chairman. Katon Dawson has an important message to RNC members about this important election.
It has been a privilege and a pleasure to serve with you and others on the Republican National Committee for the last 7 years. I ask you for a few things today. I ask you for your input on where you want our party to go. I ask you for your prayers. your support, and I ask you for your vote. I think these are crucial times for all of us in our party, and I would encourage you to join the team and be a part of history in the Republican Party. I'm Katon Dawson, and I thank you